This is quite the device. And when that red light starts to flash, it's like a siren song. I mean, I've got 3 unread messages here in just the last few minutes, and I've half a mind to open them up right now and read them while I'm talking to you, because I think I could probably get away with it. When that red light flashes, it just calls me. I love you. What? What? I'm just with these people. But I need you. Well, I know, but you know. All right, then. You see, you can't resist it. And you know that if in a meeting with anybody at all, at any point in your career, even for a second, you look down at that screen, you're saying, right now, this, more important than you. That's what you're saying. And so there is no way around this. You have to put it out of harm's reach. It must not be in your view. You cannot see it, because if the light flashes, you're going to look. And by the way, there's no point in putting it on vibrate. That doesn't work. Anyway, good morning, everyone. Bzzz, don't worry, it's fine. It'll stop in a minute. Bzzz, it's more distracting than the red light. It's all right, just leave it. It'll fall off the table. Whether you like his politics or you don't, President Obama has an amazing power. And his power is how he speaks, how he addresses an audience. We could spend hours talking about every little trick he uses, but I want to concentrate on just one. Because he uses it all the time, and he does so with great effect. And I had to study his speeches and watch them in full and then go on TV and talk about them, so I really saw him doing this the whole time. So the number one trick he uses, it's called power of 3. It's where he says something, makes a point in kind of 3 different ways to really get it home. It's a green light to agree. It's a go signal to applause. It's very powerful. Examples, power of 3. When he started the campaign, he talked about the White House. He said, we will reach for it, we'll work for it, we'll fight for it. And his audience literally wet themselves. It was amazing to see. It was very powerful. When he won the election, he used this was the best one as far as I was concerned. He said, we're not the red states, we're not the blue states, we're the United States. Kind of sends a shiver down your spine. The power of 3 is something that just sounds right. How else can we use power of 3? Because we're not going to be Obama. We're not going to be big speech makers. Fun, fashionable, and cheap. There's a power of 3. Easy to wear, use, and wash. There's another one. What are we doing here at the event? Recognize, orient, and inform. These powers of 3 are something we can use in day-to-day conversation or in email communication, just once or twice. Don't do it too much, because it'll suddenly appear obvious. But it's a very powerful way of getting a message across. Now, what about your actual voice? What about the way you speak? Let's forget the words for a moment. As a former TV presenter, I was trained to speak in a certain way. My voice had to go up and down to create interest in the viewer. Because if you're not interesting, then they'll just pick up the remote and they'll turn you off, right? That'll be it. Now, I've got to tell you something, it worked. But it worked too well, because now I can't stop doing it. It's become a very real illness for me. When I get home of an evening, it's, hello, darling, I'm back. Very shortly, we'll be watching TV and having dinner, but first, I'm off to the toilet. I'll be right back. She doesn't like that.